What's going on, guys? I'm Femi the Agent.
I'm Femi the Realtor.
On another episode of Sneakers and Real Estate, two of the favorite things that I love to talk about. We're going to talk about some sneakers real quick, and not too much time on it because we got a really special guest that I want to talk. That we're going to be talking. He's going to be dropping a lot of gems, a lot of information. You guys are going to love it. Today we're going to be talking about the Jordan 4 Lasers, Rare Airs. So these actually dropped in 2005, and they're still actually dead stock. I've never worn these. It's a really dope shoe, and I actually need to wear them before they disintegrate. But it has a lot of laser etching all over the sneaker. Just a lot of crazy detail on this shoe. This, I think, is a shoe that you definitely need in your arsenal. They re-released something similar to this, the Fire Reds, they were called. They dropped those last year. So if you're looking for anything similar, you should get those because it's going to be really hard for you to get your hands on a pair of these, especially with the laser etching and all the the designs on them. But like I said, these are from 2005. They're still holding up pretty well. If you could find a pair, I would definitely suggest you grab them, put them in your arsenal. This is a shoe I think that needs to be broken out on a foreign soil. So my son is going to tell you about real estate, tell you about the rates and what's going on right now.
So right now with the market, for a 30-year fix, it's a little over 6.5%. For a 15-year, it's a little under 6%. So I think right now is still a great time to invest, buy, or sell, depending on your circumstances. If you're not looking to be somewhere long-term, maybe purchasing is not the best option for you. Like, if you maybe work from contract to contract or you're jumping around from job to job, it's not something you're going to be settled in one place, then, maybe you don't want to be locked in and locked up into, taking at least 30 days to close on a house or something like that. Maybe that's not the best option for you, but always investing in real estate is a great option. It's a great tool to, use as a source of income and, open eyes to other outlets and, other finances and resources and networks of people. So I think right now, if you're looking to sell or, the holidays are coming up, the new year is going to start, and you're thinking about either selling or purchasing or investing, I think now is a great time to begin before the herd comes out, because what people normally do, everybody likes to wait until after the holidays when the new year begins. So, if you're looking to sell during that time, for example, you're going to have a bunch of competition to go against because there's going to be a bunch of houses coming on the market. So you don't physically have to be out your house once you list it. There's a process and, a lot of pieces are in place. So maybe you want to get a jump on that herd. You want to list a little bit before the year actually ends. And, you can push off closing, maybe 2 or 3 months out, you have some time. But I definitely wouldn't recommend, the first of the year, we see the MLS, everybody sees the MLS and all the people that's looking. We see all the competition, all the people that's been waiting, and it's going to make it very hard for you now to get your home sold, especially if it's not in top-notch condition. And, you're obviously going to want prices that you want. Even buying a house, for argument's sake, is going to be very challenging because everybody's waiting just like you're waiting, either for the rates or, like the holidays to end. So you definitely want to get a jump on some things. And, if you have any questions about anything or you don't know your options or want to know your options or finances or what you're working with, I definitely recommend you sit down with somebody, because at the end of the day, you have to live somewhere. You have to pay to live somewhere. So, you definitely want to take advantage and get something back for what you're actually purchasing and what you're doing with your money. So,
Yeah, so if you guys have any questions about that, you can definitely reach out to either one of us. But we have an esteemed guest here. You guys have seen him on Angela Yee's show. You've seen him on Breakfast Club. You've seen him on MG the Mortgage Guy. You've seen him on Social Proof. You've seen him in a bunch of different places. You guys may know him as the Haitian CEO. I know him as Herman Dolce.
Facts.
And we appreciate you, and I thank you for your time.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for sitting down with us.
I appreciate it. Listen, that was impressive.
Thank you, bro.
How old are you?
22.
That's crazy. He was giving out that game like that. I was like, oh snap! I was like, I gotta get my affairs in order.
Get your fingers in the right?
Yeah, I gotta get my affairs in order. That's what's up, bro. He know the game like the back of his hand.
Yeah. Well, he got his license 2 years ago. He's
Oh wow, so you in it?
Yeah.
He in it for a minute.
He in it.
I love it. I love it.
Thank you, man. Thank you again.
Thank you
Like
for
I said.
having me, man. I'm honored. Thank you for trusting me on your platform. It's good to be here. Not a lot of people know I was born in Brooklyn. Philly raised me,
Right.
But I was born in Brooklyn. You know, all the Haitians, we stop here first.
The Nigerians too.
Yeah.
I was born in Brooklyn
Yeah,
too. So
exactly. And then my parents moved me to Philly when I was 11 years old, but all my family is in Brooklyn, so I'm the only one in Philly.
Oh, wow.
So I come here all the time to see my family.
So
good
what
to
made
be
you
back.
what made you go to get up and just go to Philly?
Well, my parents. So I was young. I was
okay.
only 11,
When they
12
moved
years old,
everybody.
and they moved us to Philly because everything's cheaper in Philly. They was able
Of
to buy a
course.
house in Philly. My parents bought a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house, finished basement, backyard, back in 1991 for $80,000.
Really?
$80,000. So they had to move.
They had no
right?
choice.
They had
Yeah,
to
yeah,
move. The house is worth $500,000 now. Yeah, it's crazy. Buy real estate.
Buy real estate, folks.
Buy real
we
estate.
were going to talk about
It's
that.
the
and he
long-term
just,
play. Buy real
long-term
estate.
play.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you have to pay somebody's mortgage. Do you want to pay yours or do you want to pay your landlord's?
100% up.
So
100%.
that's what you got to do.
And I know y'all teaching them the game where the house is worth $500,000, right?
Right.
It's paid off.
Right.
Right. We put it in a trust.
We put it in the trust.
Right. So that when my mom passes, because my dad passed away 2 months ago. When my mom
sorry.
passes, we
Condolences.
don't. I appreciate it. There's no tax. Estate tax. What is it
Estate
called?
tax.
The estate tax. Yeah, we're not gonna pay it. And it's like 50%.
It's a lot of money.
It's not,
yeah.
it's not crazy, but I know y'all get into that game with the people.
We gonna get to it.
Yeah.
Where did you live in Brooklyn?
Where did I live in Brooklyn? So
If you remember.
Church Avenue.
Church Avenue.
Yes,
I went to Tilden.
Tilden?
Yes.
Listen, 25.
Well, I went to Lafayette first.
Lafayette?
I got kicked out. Don't judge me, folks. And then I ended up in Tilden.
Got you.
And my wife lived in she lived in the 90s, which was right up the block. So
Awesome,
I lived in every part of Brooklyn.
I love it. So 25 tennis court. I remember like it was yesterday.
Oh, tennis court. Okay, I
Yeah,
know
tennis
exactly
court.
what you were.
Yeah, and I drove there maybe 2-3 years ago. I took my wife to go see it. I was like, this is where I was from. And it's still a beautiful building. But
It's like night and day now.
yeah, I know.
With the gentrification.
I know. Night and day. That whole neighborhood is crazy right now.
Right.
Yeah. Do you remember Bobby's? Were you around when Bobby's, the department store?
I remember Bobby's. I used to go to Alexander's.
There you go. All right, you
There was
my guy.
5 of us, Nigerians. We went to Alexander's, folks.
School clothes,
You guys don't know
everything.
about
You don't
Alexander's.
know about that.
They didn't give us sneaker boxes back then. The shoes were clinked together.
Clinked together.
Right. But we did what
So
we
that's
had
why
to do.
you have an appreciation for
For the
sneakers,
sneakers,
right?
yes, I do. I
Yeah.
have the appreciation, brother.
There you go.
Okay. So what led you to everything that you're doing now with credit and business funding? How did you get there?
We got time, bro?
Let's get into
We
it.
got time? All right, so to be honest, bro, it started when my wife got pregnant, right?
Okay.
We went to Italy for the baby moon, right?
Baby moon,
So the
okay.
baby moon is the last trip you take before the baby comes and your life is never the same.
Right.
You'll get there one day, right? You'll understand. So we went to Italy, bro, and then I was a social worker at the time.
Wow,
And I used
okay.
all my vacation, because Italy not around the corner.
Yeah.
We was there for 10 days, so I used all my vacation time. We got back, and then Bella was born. That's the name
Nice.
of my daughter, name of my company, Bellastone
Bellastone?
Enterprises.
Okay.
Yeah, Bellastone Enterprises.
Shout out to Bella.
Yeah, shout out to B. And she just turned 7 last week. She
Oh, wow.
a
Nice.
Thanksgiving baby.
Wow.
So we got back home,
Happy
bro.
belated,
Happy
Bella.
belated. And we had the baby, bro, but I couldn't take time off.
Right.
To be with my
To
kid.
be with your kid.
Yeah, because I spent all my vacation time. And I was like, and then it started to hit me, wow, I gotta ask somebody for permission.
For permission to take time off.
To take time off and
For
I was
your
like,
family.
For my family. And I was talking to my brother about it, and he said a couple of lines to me. He's like, unless you own your own, you'll never be free. He gave me a Jay-Z line.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's
you'll
a
never
bar.
be
That's a
free.
gem.
It's a bar.
Yeah.
And I was like, And then he was like, that credit thing you do, you should start doing it and charging people. Because I was like, what you want me to do, real estate, like everybody else doing on TV? And I was like, I'm not doing that. He's like, no, that credit thing, stop doing it for free. Because I used to like help out people before it got really, really popular on Instagram.
Oh, that's what
and
you were doing.
social
Oh,
media.
okay.
It was easier to do. You could call, write a letter, and things will come off in 30, 40 days.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, you'll start charging people for that. I was like, no, people really need that.
Right.
I was like, you can't charge me, like, that's that game. Then he gave me his second bar. He was like, they're gonna pay somebody. They might as well pay
you.
They might as well pay you.
You guys hear that?
I was like, what? So I called 10 of my friends, and I was like, let me fix your credit for free. And they were like, bet. Fixed their credit for free. I took the screenshots, and this is where Success Has Receipts came
Well, you had
from.
your receipts. Oh,
I had my
okay.
receipts. So I started
You
posting
started this
them.
early.
I started it early.
Okay.
So I started posting it, so people started hitting me. They was like, yo, you fixed credit? I was like, yeah, right? So I fixed my friend's credit for free.
Nice.
Posted the results. People hit me up. I was fixing credit for like $200 at that time. Wow. This is for the low. For the $199 special I was doing.
$199
right?
special.
And at that price, everybody was flooding me.
Right.
I was getting results, and word of mouth continued to grow.
To spread.
And the next step after that with the business funding is your mentor always has to have a mentor, or your mentor always has to be learning, or you need to get a different mentor.
Right.
So my mentor at the time was YouTube University.
Ah, okay.
right?
Nice.
So free information.
Free information.
Until you get it, and then you start paying for information
Right.
at people who are more successful than you. So you know the YouTube algorithm, I started going down the credit thing, and then I bumped into business credit.
Right.
And I was like, business credit, if I have a piece of paper, if I just have this LLC and good credit,
You can get funded, you can get money for that.
banks is gonna give me $50,000? At that time, I had really good credit, so I ran the play. And then my first round, I went to like 3 different banks, and I got $100,000 in my business
Really?
name. Yes. Didn't even know what to do with the bread.
Wow.
I was like, this worked. I went back to my people who I fixed their credit.
To
I was
help
like,
them now, you putting
I
them
was
on
like,
the game.
y'all want 20 grand? And then those were new receipts.
More
right?
receipts,
There was
more. There you go,
receipts.
folks.
And then I started teaching it. When I started teaching it is when Haitian CEO really started to come.
To pick off,
To
to take
come,
off.
yeah, because there's like, yo, there's some dude out of Philly giving people 50 bands.
Right.
And then the rest is history, man. Wow. The rest is history.
So you started this how long ago?
8
What'd you
years
say?
ago.
8 years ago? Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
8 years ago.
Wow.
So it's been a minute.
Talk to the people about the importance of maintaining your personal credit so that you can, I guess, pivot on to
business.
Business.
So here's the catch, right? So with business credit, your personal profile needs to be sexy.
Right.
So the banks, they're gonna be like, well, we don't know who Bella Sloan Enterprises is.
Right.
We know who Herman is.
Right.
And I'll be like, I'll vouch for Bella Sloan, all right? Because it's a baby. It's only a 1-year-old business. It's a 6-month-old business.
Well, they call that the PG,
The
personal
PG,
guarantee.
Personal guarantor.
Personal
So-
guarantor.
And then they won't put the debt on the personal name, right?
stay under the business.
It'll stay under the business name. You can max out the card. You're good.
Right.
Right. So that's how I teach people: fix your credit first, build up your credit, because
Right.
you need to have a good credit profile. So
Okay.
your credit cards, you need to have credit cards already. Your credit cards need to be aged. They like the credit cards to be at least 2 years
2 years?
old.
Okay.
They want the credit score to be at minimum 680, but nobody's listening to this podcast is doing anything minimum. We like for you to be at 700. You're making our lives a lot easier when it's 700. You got a couple of credit cards and their limits are higher. So
Right.
the older your credit cards, the higher the limits, the better your credit score, the more bag you're going to get on the business side.
Nice. When it comes to the utilization, we're probably going to be jumping all over the place because you got a lot of information to give.
Yeah.
With the credit, the ones that you're saying that you should have, what I guess are the most important ones? Because with credit, you can get credit cards, you can get store credit, you can get just a bunch of. So what is?
I'm glad you said that. Yeah. So when I said that, people were like, oh, I got a Today's Man, I got a Victoria's Secret.
It's not the same.
Nah, bro, it's not the same. Nah. I need American Express. I need Chase. I need real banks. I need real credit unions.
Okay.
I even got people who got, like, I know Chase, American Express, Wells Fargo, those are the big boys.
big
but
boys, right.
if you have like a Navy Federal, those credit unions, money is money.
Right.
So it's easy to get 5-10 bands from Navy Federal. It's easy. And when you have a $10,000 credit card on your credit report, man, I know I can get you 50, 60 on the business side. Because that 10,000 is like, it's something special. They're like, yo, this guy's responsible with money. He's responsible with money.
Okay.
Yeah, so you got at least one of those, it's up.
But then when you have that, when it comes to credit utilization, with that, with you trying to help people get business funded, you always recommend that they stay where? Below 30%, the same how the mortgage people talk about?
Right. So that's the magic. I'm glad you said that. That's the magic number for mortgage people. So under 30%, yeah, you're good.
Right.
Because the moment it hit 31%, your scores drop.
It drops.
Right, significantly, right? So you want to keep it under 30%. You got a $10,000 credit card for, you really don't want to use more than 3,000, right? 2,500, 1,000, that's great. Keep it under there, then your scores won't drop significantly.
Okay.
But when it's time for you to get funding, I want you to think like the banks do. The less debt you're in,
The
more
better
money,
you look
yeah, the
on
better
paper.
you look, the more money you want to give.
Okay.
The other side of it, right? So here's the real sauce right here. I like to keep on my personal credit cards. I like to keep 1 to 9% debt on my personal credit cards. That's the sweet spot because
Between 1 to 9%.
1 to
Okay.
9%, because banks, they want to make money off of you.
Right.
So I give them a little something. you can make a little something off of me every month because
Well, it's a business at the end of the day,
It's a business
right?
at the end of the day.
It's a business, folks.
Right, because I don't want them to cut down my credit card limits. I don't want them to shut down my card.
Right.
And I want to be able to max out. And when I ask for a credit limit increase, I ask for a credit limit increase every 90 days on my personal side.
Okay.
So the higher my credit card limits, guess what? That's some more money I'm going to get on the business side. So I have
So it makes you now look better on paper when you go back to them.
It's all about looking better on paper.
Okay.
So now I have 3 or 4 $25,000 credit cards. So on the business side, every round I can go get $250,000 easily from different banks. And there's a lot of banks out there. So we're talking about Chase, Wells Fargo, Bank of America because they spend a lot of money on advertising. But there's a lot of small banks, bro, that are giving out something crazy. Like I went crazy on live last week during Thanksgiving. Every day I got on live.
I hopped on. I saw you. Yeah.
I was giving out Wings Credit Union.
You're really big on credit unions.
Oh, because credit unions give out the bag. We just talked about Navy because everybody know about Navy.
They know about Navy, right.
But if you know about Navy, listen, you can go get a $25,000 credit card right now, 22 years old. If you got your real estate license, I know you got good credit. So you can go get a 25-piece right now from Navy Federal. Because credit unions give out the bigger bag.
Right.
So I could take that same credit profile, his young credit profile, go to American Express, they're gonna give him $2,000. But Navy Federal gonna give you bigger. So I always tell, I'm giving people the game like, yo, research credit unions because they're gonna give you a bigger bag. So by the time you go to the big boys, American Express, Chase, they be like, oh, he had Navy Federal, he had Wings Credit Union, he had Christian Community Credit Union on his credit report. They already gave him $10,000. They're not gonna disrespect you and give you $2,000.
They know that they gotta come better.
They gotta match.
Okay.
They gotta match because they want your business.
Right. Wow. Okay. A lot of game here, folks. A lot of game. So now, if you have somebody that reaches out to you and says, Herm, I'm looking to start a business. I want to do T-shirt and hats. What is the first thing that you would say that they do? Or I guess after they get incorporated or they get their LLC or corp and they get a tax ID number, what next?
I'll be like, why are you doing it? I'm kidding. So, you want to get into business, you don't know what you're talking about. You sure? No. So we got to bring up my guy, Storm Leroy. Right, that's my guy.
I love Storm. Shout out to Storm.
Shout out to Storm.
I actually sat down with him here. Love Storm.
So you probably heard.
What would the Rockefellers do? I love that book.
What would the Rockefellers do? 100%.
Yes.
I gotta tell you what the first thing Storm gave me. I know he's gonna trademark it, so I'm helping promote his trademark. Your first job, right? Even before I go to credit, your job is your first business partner.
Your job is your first business partner.
So when you started this brand, real estate and sneakers, right? Say for instance, this t-shirt company, right? When you started this brand, you're like, I want to sell these sweatshirts. Okay, great. After you paid all your bills, you use your own cash, whatever's left over, that $500 you got left over, print a bunch of those t-shirts, go sell them on the corner, right? But you bought 500, I'm gonna sell out and make 1,000. Right? Your ROI.
Right.
Do it with your own money first. Now, then do it again. Then do it again. And then do it again.
Okay.
I'm up 5,000. Rinse and repeat, because I want you to practice doing it with your own money at a small scale. Now you
appreciate it more.
Where you appreciate it more. And now you got money in your business checking account. Listen, I ran this play. I know what I'm doing at a small scale. It's time to put gasoline on it. So now I got 3, 4, 5 bands in my business checking account. I'm gonna go to the bank. I'm like, listen, my credit is on a bean. You already see the receipts. I'm making some deposits because I started a relationship with the bank first.
With the bank.
Right? Now I want some credit. Because if I could do this, if I could turn 500 into 5,000, what if I had 10,000? What if I had 20?
20,000, right.
Now I'm gonna go get a business credit card. And instead of buying $500 worth of merch, I'm gonna buy 5,000. I could buy 10,000 worth of merch. And I got the formula already.
Right.
Now I could 10x.
Because you practice it so many times, you already have.
So my banks are my second business partners. So American Express, business partner. Chase business partner. Wells Fargo, business partner.
I hear you talk about those 3 banks a lot.
Yeah, right, because those are the big boys. Yeah,
right.
U.S. Bank. Those are my business partners. So I go to my business partners and I ask them for money.
Okay.
And they give me cheap money, 0% interest money.
0%. Oh, usually for the first year.
For the first year.
Okay.
Who's giving you money for free
right?
the first year? You know, I could flip. I know y'all two can flip $100,000 0% for a year if I gave you. You know exactly what to do.
We know what to do with it.
In a year, you'll pay back the 100. You giving me $100,000 for a year? Herm, I'm on it. Right? Because banks are betting that you don't flip it in time. Because America is a consumer country.
Right.
We always want to buy stuff and not use credit to make money.
To make money. But they say we always like to wear our wealth, right? Instead of
like to
using
wear the
it
to make money. I use my credit to make money, and the money that I make from that, then I buy Chanel, then I buy these nice Jordans.
These
right?
nice Jordans,
you know what I'm saying?
Jordan 4s. Yeah,
Right.
I see you a sneaker guy. You got the guavas on. I love those.
I knew what I was coming to today.
Thank you.
Right,
We appreciate it.
I had to respect the platform.
Thank you. We appreciate you. We appreciate you.
Absolutely.
So, what would be, I guess, your advice for anyone that's looking to start out and they're saying to you they don't know how to go about getting credit? Let's say a 25-year-old
Right.
or 22, 23. I'm just getting out of college. I want to try to start some sort of a business. What advice, I guess, would you give them, or what direction would you point them in?
I'm going to answer your question, but I'm going to answer it a different way. During the pandemic, Temple University, my alma mater, they hit me up. They was like, yo, you want to talk about financial literacy to the students? I'm like, yeah, sure. And then they paid me to do it.
That's no better.
No better, right? So we did a Zoom call. Some kids came on, and I was like, and they're freshmen. They were all 18. Mm-hmm. I was like, do y'all want to be worth $250,000 to $500,000 in 4 years? And then that's how I started the
Well, you got their attention really quick.
Yeah, it was like, what?
You knew your audience.
About? Mind you, these guys are already $60,000 in the hole from school.
From school, right?
So they're like, what is this? This is a crazy way to start a conversation. So I was like, listen, everybody, I'm gonna give you the blueprint on how to make that happen, right? So I told them, everybody's on this call is 18 years old right now. I need everybody to go open up a personal checking account right now, start a relationship with a bank. Your work study money you get in, start to make deposits, right?
Okay.
So start the relationship. Then I want everybody to go get an LLC. I don't care if you don't have a business or not, just go get that piece of paper, start a relationship with that same bank, right?
Okay.
Make deposits into there too. Start the relationship. You're just gonna do that for 1 year, right? By the time you're 19, I want you to go back to the same bank and I want you to ask them for credit, right? Especially on the business side.
On the business side.
On the personal side, excuse me, right? And then when you're 20, right, I'm giving them the blueprint. Sophomore year, right? You've had a relationship with the banks for 2 years. You've had a credit card for 2 years because I asked you to get it at 18, right? Now you can go get business credit because your LLC is 2 years old.
You did say 2 years. Season it 2 years, folks.
Season it, right? There's the sauce to season it. But if you have a brand new LLC, you can go get it funded, but I'm giving you the long-term play so you can maximize how much money you can get. So now you guys are up $25,000, $30,000 in funding. It's gonna happen, especially because you started a relationship and you got good credit. Right? So
and they're seeing the track record now, 2 years.
Exactly. Everybody's leaning in. They're like, all right, how do we go to $250,000? So now, mind you, this was 4 or 5 years ago.
Right.
Money was super cheap.
It was cheap.
It was super cheap, right?
Well, the world was shut down.
The world was shut down, right? Money was super cheap. Real estate was crazy, but still, we can get a piece or two.
Right.
And we're in Philly. Real estate was really cheap.
Was
in
really
Philly.
cheap, right?
And I was like, all right, guys, how many people living in a dorm right now? Everybody raise their hand, living in a dorm. I was like, all right, you're gonna start to look for a multifamily, duplex, triplex, right? You're gonna use a program called NACA. I don't know if you guys heard of NACA.
I know NACA.
Listen,
I've done a lot of deals.
Listen.
The interest rate that they give, which is next to nothing, is unbelievable.
Y'all listening? How many times have I talked about this?
If you fall into that category, folks, NACA, I would suggest it all day long. I know people that buy property, multifamilies, live in it for free, and you got extra money now that you could take to go buy something else, folks. So he's...
So you know to play.
Yes.
So I was like, hit up NACA. It's a free class, 4 hours. Go knock it out. Now you can get into the house almost damn near free.
For free.
Almost damn near free. So you're in the house. The tenant upstairs is paying the mortgage, or it could be a triplex. I tell people you go up to 4 units, right?
Right.
Your tenants are paying your mortgage.
Before it's commercial.
Before it's commercial. You're doing this in junior year. This is year 3. Your fourth year, you do it again. Maybe there's a little equity, or just run back to play again.
Right.
Now you have your second 2, 3, 4 unit. And now by the time you graduate, you've lived for free, and you have 4 to 8 doors.
Right.
At 22 years old, 100% worth $250,000 to $500,000 because you came on this Zoom call. Now there was about 20 people on that Zoom call. How many people you think executed? 2.
I was gonna say 2.
2 people executed. They up $500,000. Now here's what happened though. Shout out to people in college. I went to Temple. I got my master's from Lincoln, right? But I brainwashed them. I messed them up. So now they 22, right? They making about $5,000 a month from rent. They living for free.
For free.
And they have assets worth $500,000. Now it's up.
At 22.
At 22. What you gonna do with the degree? The degree? Man, I'm gonna do this again. I'm gonna do it again.
I gotta keep running the play now.
I gotta keep running the play. And then I messed with one of the 2 people. I messed with their minds, right? And I was like, you're gonna come a point in time when you're in the right rooms, when you're with the right mentor, they can be like, oh, that's cute, that's trash. Because you're probably gonna be up 10 units, right?
Yeah.
They're like, it's trash. And he's gonna be like, what? I was like, I remember when my mentor did it to me, he's like, you didn't buy commercial yet? You didn't liquidate and sell all those yet? To go get a 100 unit?
Right.
You didn't go buy a 50 door yet? Right, that's the play, to continue to grow, build the assets. But my job was starting to brainwash young people into thinking different about certain things, right? And just naturally, bro, they started to get like, oh my God, I put this into this, 2 years later it was worth this, I'm gonna pause on the Jordans. I'm gonna sacrifice. Nobody wanna miss 2-3 summers, bro. You gotta miss 2-3 summers.
Folks like,
and you up.
Like Herm was just saying, there's ways to do this, there's levels to this.
Facts.
Forget about the 2 or 3 summers, because when you're up and you're playing that long game,
ball game.
Those 2-3 summers you're gonna get back and then some. Now when everybody else is working and they're struggling and they're trying to do things, you're already up because you listened to what this man said, which is why he's here.
Yeah.
You can check him out on every single Gillian Wallows. He's been on everybody's podcast, everybody's platform, talking the same thing, giving people game on financial literacy, financial growth, how to really just get up with what you're doing. Where did that, I guess, that love and that passion for you wanting to help people, what is that about? Because you know, as we both know, there's a lot of people who have the information, but they gatekeep. You don't want to share the information. For whatever reason, only Lord knows why. Somebody did it for you, so why you wouldn't want to do that, that's another conversation.
Exactly.
What's that about?
So,
talk to the people.
First of all, I'm Haitian, so I think it's kind of a cultural thing too, where
and I'm Nigerian, so I'm right there with you.
So you understand the cultural thing, like as a community, we gotta come up, right? We have to,
We gotta lift each other up.
We gotta lift each other up, so that's number one. Number two, one of my other mentors, Myron Golden, right? I was doing it, but he said it. He's like, be transformational before you're transactional. So listen, so that's
another bar.
Transformational before you're
Wow.
So let's put that in real world perspective. So you hopped on one of my lives last week because I've
been on a few, but
yeah. So I did like 4 or 5 in a row because it was Black Friday weekend. And
every day I think you started at 7, if I remember
7 p.m. sharp, right? And I was like, I'm gonna give you guys 5 banks every single day for 4 days in a row that are better than Navy Federal, right? And everybody knows Navy Federal because they got good branding.
Right.
So I'm gonna give y'all some that are better than Navy Federal, that do soft pulls. They don't pull your credit to check to see if you get approved for a car note, credit card, whatever. So everybody hopped on, right? So I did all the work to do that research. I told you what credit unions they pull from, what credit bureaus they pull from, did all the work. And what was I doing first? I was being transformational. So I'm giving people all this game. I'm teaching them, here's how you get into the bank. Because, you know, Navy Federal is like a secret society. You gotta be military, right? But there's back doors. But all these credit unions, they're all like that too. So I'm telling them how to get in. So what was happening is, and then while I was giving the game, every other bank, I'll do a commercial. Like, hey guys, my mentorship is on sale for $25 a month, $25 the first month, $50 a month, where we give a lot of this sauce anyway. So I have to be transformational. I gotta give them the game before they trust me.
Before they trust you.
Before they trust me. I can't tell you how many screenshots I got where they like, Herm, the stuff off of YouTube, I got 100,000 in funding. I have that screenshot. He's in my mentorship now. He got 100,000 in funding, and finally he decided to pay me $50, right? To come into my mentorship, because he's like, damn, if he's giving this for free, imagine if I paid him.
What you would get.
Right.
So what you're basically doing, sorry to cut you off, you're giving people the way to get the money to pay you for what you've been giving out for free for all these years.
That was my next sentence.
Go ahead, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I want you to give me $50. Let me give you the $50, right? Let me show you how to get the 50. Herman, I can't get credit. I got bad credit. Well, I tell people this, you're gonna pay. You're gonna pay with your time, or you're gonna pay with your money, right? So take your time, go to YouTube University, go to my channel, Bellastone Enterprises. I teach you how to fix your credit for free. Bankruptcies, collections, charge-offs, I don't care what it is. Go watch those videos. I got a great coach, Sister Regine. She teaches people how to do it, right? So, or you can pay us to do it.
Right.
So you gotta pay. Either way, you're gonna pay
you have
somehow.
a proven system.
I have a proven system that works. Now that your
you got
credit
all
is fixed,
all them receipts from 8 years ago, folks. You've been doing this a while.
A while. Now that your credit is fixed, I gave you the credit unions. Go to the credit unions, get a bag. So when I say, hey, give me $50 a month, I got a mentorship that's crazy, $600 a year. You could Uber a weekend and make that. And I give you all the gems from all the coaches that we have. Now you up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So transformation before you're transactional. I'm gonna give you the money to pay me. So, bro, I'm going to Miami this weekend. Here's another Myron Golden gem. You ready for this one? This is a really good one, right? I'm doing a mentee pop-up in Miami, right? I do that. Anybody who's my mentee, I go all over the country and we meet up, we talk, we build, right?
Nice.
So we just did Houston, so we're doing Miami for our Basel.
Nice.
The event probably cost me like $15,000. I hate spending money. I'm cheap, bro.
You're cheap, yeah. I'm Nigerian. I hate spending money.
Yeah, I don't want to spend no bread. So
we don't want to spend l'argent, folks.
I don't want to spend no l'argent. So Myron Goldman said something. He was like, something happened when he was flying commercial. He was like, I'm never doing this again. I'm just gonna heard him say that. So I called my CEO Damaris. I was like, listen, I charge $10,000 for a VIP day with me, where I give you all my plugs, so you can go run.
I was actually gonna ask you about that too.
Right? So I was like, let's do this. Let's do $5,000, but it's a one-on-one. Let's do $5,000 and make it a group session, right? And she's like, all right, bet.
Well, you'll get more people to come in?
Get more people to come in, but we just cut it in half. And I did it the same Black Friday weekend because I just spent $15,000 and I'm mad, right?
He got to get that back, folks.
Bro, I got to get it back.
Right.
Guess how many people signed up? 8 people signed up. All I did was just post it in my story. I didn't really promote it real crazy.
Just in the story.
But everybody understood the value. They didn't care about the cost. They was like, I know Herman does 5 to 6 figures a month in funding. If I give this $5,000, he gonna give me his plugs. Bet we up.
Okay.
So we got 8 people that signed up. $40,000. I got the venue, the videographer. I'm gonna take them out to dinner.
Nice.
So now my trip is free.
There you go.
My event is free, right? I'm gonna get the content, and content is king because we can rehash it to go do some other stuff.
But you also got return on your investment.
I got a return on investment, so I'll probably walk out of there with $20,000 after it's all said and done. After I spend the money, we're gonna blow a bag. Our bag in Miami. It's a must. It's a must.
We go to Miami every year for his birthday.
See?
Yeah.
Exactly. So I'll probably come back with 20 that I'm gonna go put a down payment on something
else,
and then grow that money, or put in a life insurance policy for my children.
Right.
So that was the play. Those are the things I'm learning from my mentors that I'm executing on that information. Because we giving all this game on a podcast, right? The first thing you open up with the heat, with the interest rates and what it's gonna be like, talking about planting seeds in 2025. How many people were like this? How many people were taking notes? And how many people are gonna execute on the things we're talking about right now? That's how you up in springtime. We planting seeds right now.
We're planting seeds right now, folks.
We'll see y'all in April 2025. What y'all do with the game?
Yeah, and he's giving a lot of game, folks. A lot of game. Mm-hmm. I've been trying to sit down with this man for a while.
For a while now.
He's a busy guy, so you got to be persistent.
And we made it happen. You made it happen.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I appreciate
absolutely.
it. So we were talking about funding for a second. Mm-hmm. If we go back to funding, somebody just starting out. Mm-hmm. I got
the credit score together.
Got the
profile.
Got the profile.
You got the LLC.
Because I hear you talking about people being able to get funded or getting $100,000 in funding in 30 days, 60 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how, right?
How?
Because that number sounds crazy.
They're always asking. So we got
100 though. And I tell people I can get you $100,000 more faster than you can invest it, save it, or work for it, right? And they were like, it's not possible. I'm like, it's not possible because you don't know. Once you know, it's very possible. So
anything's possible.
So the play with that is I tell people to fund themselves horizontally, not vertically.
Not vertical?
Not vertical. What does that mean? So there's a website called creditboards.com. Creditboards.com.
Okay.
So it tells you what credit unions, what lending institution, what credit bureau or credit agency, where they pull from. Why is that important information? If I know that American Express pulls from Experian, I know that Navy Federal pulls from TransUnion. I know that Key Bank pulls from Equifax. So when I go to American Express, right, and I got a good credit profile, we're gonna do low numbers. They give me 10,000. It's a bad day. They give me 10,000. Then I'm gonna go to Navy Federal. They pull from TransUnion. Inquiries show up on your credit report immediately. Right. So Navy Federal doesn't know I got an inquiry because they pulling from TransUnion. They don't know that I just got 10,000. So they're gonna see a clean credit report. All right, here's 10,000. All right, bet. Then I go to Key Bank. Key Bank don't know I'm up 20,000 and I got 2 inquiries. They're gonna give me another 10 piece. Right. So now in one day I'm up $30,000. Technically 1 inquiry per credit bureau.
Because this is all done within the 30-day period anyway.
Right,
and that's how long it takes before the inquiries hit.
Yeah, no, they hit immediately.
Immediately,
yeah. But I'm up 30,000.
I'm thinking mortgages,
yeah. So I'm up 30,000, 0% interest. What does 30,000, 0% interest mean? So technically the minimum payment is 1%. Right. So if you maxed out the 30,000, that's $300 a month payment. Now, if I gave you $30,000 and all you have to do is try to make $300 for it, a month and you can't do that, this game
You should be out of the game
not for
anyway.
you.
It's
This
not
game
for
is
you.
not for you.
You don't know how to play the game.
And it's okay.
Right.
This game is not for you. But again, I'm gonna give my brothers $30,000.
Thank you.
I know y'all can make more than $300 a month from it, right?
Right.
So now they're up. So now guess what? Get the inquiries off. Go to bellasonaenterprise.com. We'll love to help.
He's gonna show you how to do it.
Right. Or you can go to my YouTube channel so you can do it yourself. And guess what, bro? That next Saturday, go do it again. Go to 3 different banks. Go to Chase, go to Wells Fargo, go to US Bank, right? 3 different credit bureaus. Run up another 30,000. Take the inquiries off. Go do it again the following weekend. So in 30 days, you can be up $100,000 if you follow the blueprint. If your credit is structured right, you got the profile, your LLCs together, and you have a strategy of what banks pull from what,
Right.
100,000 is easy.
That's easy.
So when I'm posting it, right, people are like, where? How do you?
What is he talking
you really
about?
got somebody $100,000 in funding? Exactly, because
But
we have the blueprint to do it.
But you know what I love about what you do, Herm, is that anybody who either jumps on your lives, goes on your page, you have a lot of success stories. You have a lot of people that are coming on to talk about the things that you've helped them do.
Right.
Which we all know there's a lot of so-called financial gurus
Listen,
out there.
We can call them scammers too, whatever you want to call them.
Scammers. I was trying to tread lightly.
Nah, we gonna call them what they are. And
We gotta
and
call them that.
So listen, bro. Here's why it's important to get a mentor, right? Because a mentor is the shortcut to success,
right.
The first time I did a real estate deal, I brought my mentor in, right? And I had to pay him $500 for his time because I had to stop him from making multi-million dollars to teach me
To teach you how to do something.
So I had to pay the man.
Time is money, folks.
I didn't take him out to coffee. I didn't ask him to pick his brain. I was like, bro, can you pull up on me? I got 500. I need you to come look at this deal.
Nice.
He came. He's like, and when he read the text, he pulled up. He didn't take the 500. He actually respected it. He respected it. He's like, keep your 500. What's up? So I showed him this property. It was a triplex, just framed up on Temple University campus. It was like going for like 150.
On the campus?
On the campus, bro. 150. Sprinkler system's already in. I was like, this is a must.
Right.
Bring in my mentor. He's like, nah. I was like, I beg your pardon? I was like, the ARV is 400. What you talking about? Right? He was like, you're gonna have to rip out the framing. It was done wrong. So as you know, the 2x4's got to be flat against the wall. Right. They were all like this.
Ooh.
Y'all already know what I'm talking about.
Ooh.
So he's like, yeah, you got to rip all this out, and then you got to rip. And then the sprinkler system was 30,000. So he's like, yeah, you got to rip both.
That
of those things out.
150 just went to almost 300 already.
300, yeah. Like he's like, you got to redo it, and I was like, what? I got to redo it. He's like, yeah, you got to redo it. So he's like, it's not good for your first deal.
Right.
He's like, I can do it because he's like,
well, I have the resources.
He's like, I got the resources. He's like, I got the plumbers, I got the lumber. I can get this done for half the cost of what you would do it.
Right.
He's like, don't do the deal. So that 500 saved me. Who knows, bro?
Who knows?
Who knows? And the headache and the time. So understanding. I forgot what your original question was. I know I went off in a tangent a little bit.
Well, we jumping all over the place anyway.
But having a mentor to teach me that took me a long way, and I never forgot that lesson in anything I'm doing because I know we talk about scammers on the internet. That's what we talk about. So it is important, and you talk about my mentees and their receipts.
Yes.
So that is where Success Has Receipts came from. Because I went to people who are not posting their Rolexes. Little piece is my first one. I'm really excited about it. Okay.
Well, congrats on that. Nice piece.
It's not about people who posting their Rolexes, their chains, and their foreigns, right? It's about people who are showing you not their watches and cars, but who are showing
success.
You. Here's Femi. He got $50,000 in funding. Here's Femi. His credit score went up 100 points in 90 days. Here's Jonathan. He went to Femi's real estate course after we got the 50, and now he purchased his first property worth $300,000 and is cash flowing $2,000 a month. I gotta show that. Who cares about what watch I got?
No one cares about that. That's what a lot of people don't understand. How to get the money.
Let me show you how to get the watch. Right. Let me show you how I got it. Right. So that's why when you're on Instagram and you're looking at these things, I want you to start looking differently. Are they showing you all the stuff they got, or are they showing you the people that they have helped? Right?
And are they even showing you how to go about getting it, like you said, which is what you do, and a lot of people don't do that.
So when I started doing that, and then you get a different caliber of customer. So the person that wants the Rolex, and they want fast stuff. Right. So they're the first person that's going to charge back.
You're not playing the long game anyway.
Yeah, they're not playing. They're the first person that's going to charge back. They're not really do the work. You got to do the work.
You always got to do the work,
So
folks.
the person
There's no shortcut to success.
No shortcut to this.
Nah.
So when I'm showing the receipts, they're like, well, how'd that happen? I was like, oh, we're here the 20 steps and the 9-10 months it took. So now that person's coming in thinking differently.
Right.
Oh, it took 10 months? Yes.
This is not overnight,
This is
folks.
not overnight.
It's not overnight. If that's what you're thinking, this is not for you.
I'm a 43 year-old overnight success. It took 43 years for me to get here.
I'm a 50-year-old overnight. We talking about that.
Sorry, the internet made it look sweet. I apologize.
Well, everybody wants to see success stories.
Yeah.
When I show you the work that it takes, now
Right.
are you actually cut out to actually do the work?
I did a crazy content video. I've only done it once. If it comes on my algorithm, I'll repost it. I put on the gold Prezi, right? I put on a gold Prezi. I sat in front of the Corvette, in front of the nice mansion, and the video was, I apologize for making this look easy. I'm sorry I showed you the receipts. I'm sorry I showed you the $100,000. I'm sorry I showed you the real estate. I'm sorry I showed you. I apologize for showing my mentee success. For moving forward, I'm gonna show you the process. Because I made it look easy.
Right.
So now you think it's sweet.
Yeah, you think it's sweet.
Yeah, you didn't know, oh, this mentee who got the 100,000, you don't know that they've been a mentee for a year and a half. You don't know it took them 6 months to get off the repossession and they were frustrated. And now the repossession is gone. They had to build a relationship with a bank, get their first credit card, go take another real estate course, because I don't teach real estate, I teach funding.
You took funding.
Right? Go
funding and credit, that's his lane.
Yeah, that's my lane. So now you up 10,000, go give my man that 2,500, take his real estate class, and that's just a class. You still got to do the work.
You still got to do the work,
You still
folks.
got to do the work.
That's the one thing we can't do for you.
My bad, I didn't show you the 10 months. I apologize. I just showed you the watch. I just showed you the 700 credit score. It's my fault. I apologize, Instagram.
I love it. I love it.
I won't
love
do that
it.
again. Right.
I love it. You had some questions for me?
Yeah, I was gonna say, you said you started Bella Sloan Enterprise. How long ago? About a year ago?
8 years ago.
Oh, 8 years ago. Okay. So, what would be, I guess, the most challenging, some of the most challenging obstacles you face, like starting a new business?
Starting the business, especially for us Black people who have not been versed in how to really start a business, is trying to do everything on your own, right? So when I first started Bella Sloan Enterprises, I gave myself a second job. I didn't start a business.
You gave yourself another job?
I gave myself another job. So I left my 9 to 5, I got home, and guess what? I started another 9 to 5. Right, thinking I'm doing a business. There's a difference between an entrepreneur and a business owner. So I was an entrepreneur for a long time.
Right.
So I was giving myself double work. There's only so many hours in the day. When I was writing the letters, I could only take on so many clients.
That's true.
After a certain amount, I couldn't take on any more clients. So I capped the money I could make, right? So that was the first challenge. The second challenge is understanding to reinvest the money that you make in the beginning right back into the business. Everybody want to make a profit first. Now I put everything back into the business, whether it's ads or whether it's hiring people. So I got frustrated. It affected my family life, affected my marriage, because I'm in the basement. My mom like, yo, like, you come to work and you like, I'm trying, and I'm frustrated. I'm like, I'm trying to build something for y'all. Leave me alone, right?
They don't understand.
Then my brother put me on against my brother. He was like, yo.
Shout out to him. He's the one that got you the sneakers, right?
Yeah. He was like, yo, tap in with my friend Damaris. She'll love to help you. That's his good childhood friend. I brought her on for free. She started answering the phones.
Nice.
Then she started answering the emails.
Nice.
Then she started helping me with the credit repair. Then I started paying her $500 a week. I was like, wait, this girl is valuable, right?
She's very valuable, right?
And then 2 years later,
Freed up your time to be able to do what you're good at. And
freed up my time. And then I was like, you know what? This is where I did the big jump. She was doing so good for 2 years. She was working at Amazon doing their truck and logistics. So her brain is real analytic.
Right.
And I was like, yo, how much they pay you at Amazon? She gave me X. I was like, I'll give you that if you come work for me full time. And she was like, that don't make sense. I was like, you're not driving to work anymore, right? So you saving on gas, you saving on food, you work from home. And you know, I travel a lot, we'll go everywhere together. She's like, you're right. She's like, let me buy my house first. So she bought her house. Nice. And then I brought her on as CEO. Once I brought her on as CEO, we 10x'd. Why? I'm talking about 10x, not double, not triple, we 10x. Because now she implemented systems into my business. She hired virtual assistants to start answering emails, start answering phone calls. So now they handle it. I had to invest the money back into the business so the business can grow. I wanted to keep all of it. No, you got to throw it right back into the business.
That's the only way you
right? We got an office space. We hired attorneys. She set up the business, my entrepreneur thing I was doing. She set it up like a business, and now we can scale. So now I can go on Instagram and throw up something for $5,000. and there's a system behind it. She created the landing page, the website, the payment processor, right? So once that go through, they automatically get a text message, automatically get an email. It's all systemized.
Nice.
My assistant calls them, hey Femi, thank you for signing up for the 5. Because somebody give you 5,000, you need a phone call
You
in
need
like
a phone
15
call.
minutes.
That's a fact.
15
I need a phone
minutes,
call.
bro.
Right.
What's up?
Right. I gotta see your face.
I gotta see your face. What's
Right.
up? Like, yeah, okay, we're gonna meet in Miami. We're gonna meet at this location. So I'm gonna show up to Miami with my VIPs. I'm gonna show up. The venue's gonna be done. The the videographer's gonna be there.
Everything's set up already.
The catering gonna be done. The restaurant for that night. The Sprinter van to pick up everybody. Everything's gonna be done because I invested money back into the business so those people can do their job.
Nice.
So I can do my job better.
Nice.
So that's what people who are first starting out need to understand. Put that money back into the business and grow it.
I grow it.
What I was gonna say, what do you see? What's like a universal or like a common thing you see small business owners facing in terms of challenges starting? Some just small business owners in general. What is something?
Some of the first challenges, ironically, is funding. They don't have enough money to start.
Right.
So before you start it, definitely have a little seed money. As I told you, use your job as your first business partner. Number 2 is not having entrepreneurship or know-how on how to do something. Even something as simple as starting a t-shirt company. 1 million people have started clothing brands. Go talk to those people.
Right.
They're on YouTube. How to start a t-shirt brand. ChatGPT, how to start a t-shirt brand. No one's educated on the things they want to do. They just, fully, they say it in Creole. They're hyped to do it, but they don't have the knowledge, the foundation to do that. And number 3, get a mentor. I can't stress that enough, is getting a mentor to put you in a position for the win.
Nice. And your things, I guess, that you put a lot of money and I guess time into, real estate and trucking. Those are your vices, or those are your...
So trucking whooped everybody's ass, right? so definitely. So when trucking was good though during the pandemic, we ran it up. We did pretty good.
Nice.
But when gas prices went up, and then employees, right, truckers, they'll leave you if somebody giving them 5 cents more per mile. So they'll be going.
Really?
And now your truck is sitting.
Wow.
So there were easier ways for me to make money. I'm gonna get back into trucking next year, ironically.
Okay.
But definitely real estate, and for me, bro, real estate is more of a long-term play.
Right.
So I'm gonna tell everybody what I'm doing in 2025, right? I'm gonna tell this is the gem, right? So in 2025, I'm going deep back into real estate because I want to do like what McDonald's did. McDonald's is a real estate company. They happen to sell burgers.
There you go.
So I'm gonna get back into real estate and buying real estate in cheaper neighborhoods, right? But instead of putting Section 8 people, I'm gonna start group homes, because the group home play, they're paying per bed, not per room. They're paying 2, 3, 4, 5 times what a Section 8, per bed, what a Section 8 person would have been giving me. So now, instead of making $2,200 a month, it's $5,000 per house. So I'm gonna be serving the group home community, depending on the population, drug and alcohol, mental abuse, mental disabilities, whatever it is, veterans, whatever it is. I'm gonna be serving that population respectfully, comfortably, right? Because some people are just slumlords, but also increasing my real estate portfolio as I'm growing, but have a significant cash flow. Nice. So that's what I'm gonna be investing my capital that I'm raising. So I've been, for the last 90 days of 2024, I've been going around 50,000 here, 100,000 here, 200,000 here. So now I can take that money and it's up in January. I already got my mentors because I don't know everything about real estate. Right. I don't know everything about group homes. So guess what?
But you're aligning yourself with those people. I'm aligning myself
with those 2 people. I'm bringing value to their communities. So my real estate guy, he's like, yo, I need you to talk on our platform and help my mentees raise 100,000. I got you. My group home plug, right? She's like, yeah. He's like, yeah. Shout out to Mr. Group Homes. He's like, yeah. Come help my people raise $100,000 so they can get their group homes. And he's like, I'll put you on. I'll help you open up your first group home. I was like, oh, bet. So he flew me out to Cleveland, showed me the game. I spoke to his mentees. Nice. Collaboration to make some money together.
Over competition, folks. That's what it's all about. Mm-hmm. But one of the most important things for Herm and anybody else to be able to get in front of those people, your integrity. How you do your business, how you carry yourself. How you carry yourself is going to determine whether a door gets open or closed, or somebody throws a clown suit on you because of how you're out there moving and how you're doing your business.
Big facts. Bro, the fact that I'm on this podcast is integrity, relationships, right? You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh no, I'm gonna help out my man because you came through. He's like, nah, I know he got integrity. Let's hop on the podcast. I'm gonna drive out to New York. It's light work.
Thank you, bro.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it. I know another thing we kind of touched on, because I know Storm is really big on this, life insurance. I don't know if you want to touch on that real quick.
100%, not my lane, but definitely using, it's called life insurance. It's meant to be used while you're alive.
While you're alive.
Right? Not a lot of people know that, right?
Right.
Use it while you're alive. So I even use it as an asset protection tool. I tell people, at minimum, I'll give this little piece of it. Whenever I make a nice little lick, right? I did a class, I got some funding. Banks were made to be transactional. They are not supposed to be storehouses of money,
Right.
where you got 100, 200, 300,000 just sitting in there, right? Currency is always supposed to be moving. That's why they call it currency. Once it stops moving, you pay taxes on it or you spend it, right? So I want to keep as much of it moving as possible.
Right.
So I only keep in my bank account my bill money, a little bit of savings.
That's it.
Savings for a rainy day, or I need to fix this, I got it on a saving. The rest I got credit cards for that, right? Now the rest of that money, I got $100,000. I don't know what to do with it. I ain't got an asset to put it in. Guess where I'm putting it? I'm calling my insurance guy.
You got some life insurance.
Hey, bro, let me fund this insurance policy, right? Talk to your insurance professional, because not all of them are structured the same way. So I got 100,000, I got 150,000. I want to put in a life insurance policy. So number one, the dividends are way better. It's giving me more money than the stock market, and way more money than if I put it in even a CD.
NEC, right.
Right? So giving you, if it's just sitting in the bank account, it's giving you 1.1%. Inflation is 6%. It's losing.
It doesn't add up.
It's losing
The
money.
math ain't mathing, folks.
I did all this work to get the money,
Right.
and then because it's in my bank account, I'm getting taxed for it.
Right.
Right? They're gonna tax me 50%.
But if you put it in the life insurance, you can overfund your policy.
Overfund your policy.
Lord forbid you run into a jam, you need to get some money. Now you can pull the money.
Pull the money out.
And you're paying yourself back.
And you're paying yourself back. And my family got life insurance policy to bury me, right? So it's just full circle. So as you're growing in your entrepreneurship journey and you're seeing these commas is coming up into your bank account, make sure you have a tax professional on your team, a life insurance person on your team, because you have to start thinking different about money versus wealth.
Folks, I'm gonna leave it at that point.
Leave it there?
I don't even want to go anymore. This guy can give you a lot of information. You want the information, he's giving you a lot of information. Mm-hmm. Sign up for his course, please. Time is money. He gives you a lot of information for free. Yeah. You want to take it to the next level, tap in with him. How do people reach you? Listen,
so I'm on Instagram, TikTok, TikTok and Twitter, Haitian _CEO. You can definitely tap with us. Joining our mentorship is only $50 a month, and we meet live every single Wednesday night, 7 p.m. And we got the old recordings if you've ever missed it. But if you don't have the $50 a month, if you don't have $600 a year, if you ain't got it, Bella Sloan Enterprises on YouTube. Everything is there for you to start your journey, to start feeding your mind so you can take yourself to the next level. That'll help you build yourself up to be able to make some money so that you can tap in with him to take it to the next level. 100%. You're looking to get $100,000 in funding. You're looking to get $250, $500. This man can help you. He can show you how to do it. The receipts are there. He has real people showing you their success stories because he's there to help. He's a man of the people. And you guys know I don't like to sit down and talk with a bunch of people. I don't like to promote nonsense. I'm only going to talk with somebody that I know can bring you some great information, some real information, and just a real individual. Any other questions?
I think that's pretty much it. I would say maybe my last question. Somebody, I guess that's calling Bella Sloan Enterprise. What is something like a small business owner? What do you see financially a lot of common mistakes people make, and how do you think they could avoid them? The common mistake I see often when people first start their business is not structuring their bank account situation properly. So they got a Cash App, they're like, yeah man, I sold a t-shirt, send the Cash App. The Cash App goes to their personal account. When you are starting up a business, start it up properly. Right?
You're commingling funds.
Commingling funds. Like, it's the first thing that's going to be a headache to you. So you want to make sure that you have a business checking account and a personal checking account, and that money goes into your business checking account. Definitely separate it. And then if you want to take a little income from it, right? This is when you really start being a business owner, right? You could take a little bit of income from it, put yourself on ADP, call ADP and be like, hey, make sure I get paid 10, 20% of whatever. Or you can say $100, $200, whatever it is. But in the meantime, whatever's coming in for the business, make sure it goes to the business checking account, because that also helps you in the future when it's time to ask that bank, that credit union for some money, they'll be like, oh, you've been making a little bit of bread, right? This little $1,000 you made a month, I promise they'll give you $10,000 credit card, right? So start that relationship and set it up first properly, no matter where it's this t-shirt company, you're wholesaling sneakers, you're doing real estate, whatever it is, set yourself up properly in the beginning. You'll thank me later.
Nice. Guys, if you're looking to sell your house, please give myself or my son a call. If you're behind in your mortgage and not sure who to turn to, give us a call. We have professionals that we could put you in contact with. My number is 917-337-3727. Femity agent on all platforms. Son?
My number is 516-662-6824, and Femi the Realtor on Instagram.
Thank you guys for your time. Please tap in with this man. Get all the free information that he's giving on YouTube. Now when you're looking to take your business to another level, now you have money that you can pay for the course. Stay safe. Have a great day.
Appreciate you.